offer the citizens the best value for their tax dollars.
Very good, thank you. I was distracted, he's winking at me here. Yeah, okay. Best value. Well, I think what we need to be talking about is looking at actually sharing information with our citizens. My personal opinion is that we've fallen too much on this argument of using FOIP. A lot of times people have no sense of how their dollars are being spent. It's blocked. And there may have been a time where this was a rational decision to go with, perhaps when the economy was heated 2-3 years ago. But as it sits right now, how do people know if they're getting best value if they don't have access to the information? I think that has to change. We have to be open, we have to be transparent, and if we do that, I think people can see whether or not they're getting the best value. Thank you.
We pose the same question to candidate Navesny.
My oh my, a $339 million deficit. There is no answer to this last council. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate Navesny. Pose the same question to candidate Melissa Blake.
Thank you very much. And again, in terms of the way that we've been managing the funds, we are looking for ways to always incorporate as maximum amount of grant funding available against some of the projects that we have. We have kept the information in the budget at a higher level, so if you look at a community services budget, it'll have a big number, it'll have all the projects identified, but it doesn't individually identify the portions allocated to each one. The reason is that precisely during the heated economy times, what we were finding is our budget amounts were always gone beyond. We had limited competition, and so increasing the amount of competition that we're able to, utilizing the Chamber's Red Link program and the Construction Association, using the NABA Association, using the local resources that we have here is important, not only for supporting the economy that exists, but also for ensuring people with the best knowledge have the best bids coming in for those projects. When I look at the other opportunity, it's about forming relations as well. And if we have been struggling to deliver capital projects and we establish relations with appropriately vetted engineering firms that are going to help us deliver more projects on a more timely and more effective basis, then those are things that I think the municipality certainly needs to undertake to ensure that we're doing the best possible that we can for those precious tax dollars. I also don't agree that we're not supposed to have any debt. It's quite appropriate when you look at the services that we're providing. Who's going to be utilizing those services? The people of today should not be paying the full weight of projects that are going to be used for the next 30 years. That's why we go into long-term debt.
And 1 additional minute to candidate Figo.
Thank you, Gaten. You know, our budget process, let's talk about that for just a few seconds. We've basically had 3 different CAOs in the past 3 years. Each one has said, my budget process is better than the previous guys. The one that we have right now, I believe everyone is doing this with the best intention, but it really is too vague. If we want to get specifics, it's very, very difficult to get that, and that's speaking as a council member, let alone what the general public has access to. I think we have to go, and if we're talking about accountability, we have to start going through the budget with a fine-tooth comb, because a lot of times, my personal sense is that there's padding in there, and then money is shifted from one area to another. So how do you keep track of that?
Easy.
If you can't keep track of it, then how can you say whether somebody's getting the best value or not? So at this point, I'd have to say we're not. And what I'm prepared to do is to look at this in much greater detail, line by line. Thank you.